what happened to the camera there. Just a second. I don't know what happened to the camera. Oh, it's zoomed out. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Oh, come on. Why is it? Okay, I don't know what. I might have to do this. Oh my goodness. I might have to do this without the camera. I don't know what's going on. Why did it reset? See if I can. Okay, looks like I cannot reset this. Alright, I think. Okay, it's correct. Cells. See, transform. Seems to be okay. I don't know why it's okay. I don't know why it's acting like this. It's yeah. I don't know why it's acting like that. I know. So, okay, I'll just put it back to. Oh man, I can't size this. Come on. Okay, I'll just give up on it. You can see it's so weird. Why is it so constrained? Okay. Oh man. Rosie. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'll just leave that in. Alright, anyways. So greetings, this is a jumble. This is a weird. This is so weird. In today's tutorial, we're going to. Oh, hi Asim, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm trying to get the camera working, but it's like I can't scale it properly. So I think I'll do that for tonight. Alright, let's get started today's tutorial. By the way, I'm doing very well. Thanks, Asim. Well, actually, before we begin, I'll give you a little story. So, I picked up 5 baby chicks on yeah, I picked up 5 baby chicks on Wednesday, and one of them died today. I don't know why. One of them always dies on the 3rd day in the morning. I don't know why, but yeah, so I had to bury her. Stay of 4 and seemed to be doing pretty well. And I also got all the parts for the computer. I didn't realize that they put the CPU and the memory in the mailbox, and it was only today that I actually went to pick them up. So they've been outside. It's actually, there was a little bit of drizzle for 2 or 3 days, so they seem okay. I'll test them later today. I'm also building a shed outside. Today I want to finish up the framing and put the roof on today or tomorrow, and then we'll see. Okay, let's get started today. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the camera. I can't scale it for some reason, but I said I'll fix it up for tonight. Alright, regarding this tutorial, before we begin, quick reminder, I do a live stream every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You're free to ask questions in live chat about programming on any live topics. And also, you can join the live stream. There's a link here to take you there. You can log in and then request, post your chats. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. There's going to be a. You should put the newspaper in the ground, man. It's better than other things. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean by that? What do you mean newspaper? What do you mean? Oh, you mean for the chickens? Okay, I got you. Okay, took me a while. For the chickens. No, I have some straw. So I just put some straw there, and it'll be fine. Yeah, I have a hot plate. It's pretty good for them, and I don't know if you can hear that. They've been chirping pretty loudly as well. So I think they're happy that I got rid of their dead sister. All right, let's get into this. There's quite a bit of stuff to do today. What was I going to say? Yeah, so today we're going to create some Gothic arches using Blender. Obviously, I'll program with Python, and then you'll be able to view it in the web. Thanks again for Asim. I will take that into. I mean, I already have that. Thanks. What you need is obviously a Blender. I'm using Blender 4.5, but any recent version will work. The 4.5 is the latest long-term support release. And what else do we need here? Oh, obviously Python. I think if you're on Windows, it comes bundled with the Blender. But if you're not, for example, on Linux, it already comes because it's actually one of the things already used. So I'm using 3.13, I think it is, 1.6 or something. I'll check on the command line when we check. And some type of code editor. If you don't have one, you can use the Blender's built-in scripting tab. I prefer the command line or any editor you're on. That way you don't have to use the GUI and use a lot of resources. Very basic HTML knowledge, that's not really needed. You can just follow along, copy paste. So I have the code here for you guys. You can just simply copy the code into your Python and just run it, and this is the command to run it. Blender space hyphen background, or just -b, and space, then hyphen Python, or hyphen capital P space, and then the path to your Python file. And then what's going to happen is it's going to export a gltf file. The .gltf is a JSON file, but that could be very big. So, and especially since we're not going to parse it, we're going to use the model viewer to do that for us. So you can get the binary version. That's a GLB. The B stands for binary. So that's the one I would recommend you get, and just save it. You can save it as that in Blender itself, or I have the code snippet there, which will export the GLB file for you, and then you just get this index.html file, which you just display. We're using the model viewer. So unfortunately for that, you can't simply just drag and drop the HTML file into your web browser. You need to run some type of server. Now, already using Python, you can use the built-in web server for Python. So I said web browser. I meant obviously you need a web browser, but I meant web server to serve it. Okay. Now, with that said, let's take a look at the code here. So as usual, you import the Blender Python module, then the bmesh. Bmesh just makes it easier instead of having to do all the calculations ourselves for the meshes. You just import the bmesh, then import math. Again, this will make our life easy. It's very simple. It's not complicated math. I'll show that to you guys in a second. And then the import OS. We only need this because I want to save the blend file and the GLB file in the same path as the Python file. If I don't do that, by default it will save in the home directory, so you have to go look. For example, in Linux it will be /home your username. On in Mac OS it will be something like /user, etc. And the Windows, it's something like, I can't remember what it is in Windows, but you get the point. It's just easier to put in the same relative path. So Asim is asking, which languages do you use? Well, mostly I do, when I'm on the command line, obviously use bash. When I'm doing a web project, PHP. Obviously when I'm doing something else like what do you call it, like this, for Blender I do Python. Obviously AI is also Python, and when I was making apps for Android, I used to use Java, but nowadays I'm teaching myself Kotlin. It depends on the project. That's the language I use. Oh, for example, when a client gave me work to create a Shopify app, I had to use obviously Node.js. I had to use some Rust. So as I said, it depends on what the project requires, especially if I'm using a third party, or I'm forced, like with Shopify I had no choice, I had to do that. But my preferred languages would be, for example, when I was creating Android apps, I would create the logic in C, C, and then Java is what I would use for the UI and all those sort of things. So but that was obviously for my own project. If I have a choice, I said C is very fast, so that's why I like using C programming language, not C++, C programming language. Okay, so and then of course, and after that we select all the objects, then we delete them, and then we create a plastic material as just basically just a gloss. We use the nodes, so just then we link the nodes as well, and we use the shader node output and the shader node BSDF principled, and the base color we set it to our color. Remember that Blender uses radians, so you have to, for example, if you're using like RBG, which is 255, 255, 255 for the white color, you need to divide it by 255 or 128, depending on what how it is, and then you'll be able to get the radian. Radians basically means it's up to 1, 0 to 1 only, and the roughness value is here. So this will give it a 0.2, will give it a slight gloss, which is what I want. That's the plasticky look. So then after that, we basically we create the we need one for the body, we need one for the oh shoot, oh man, I didn't even read this. I opened up the wrong things. Sorry, this is for another tutorial. Oops, I get distracted today. Well, sorry about that. That is embarrassing. Oh yeah, I opened up the wrong one. I didn't even pay attention to that. Wow. Right. This is going just as well as I expected. Alright, so yeah, I was wondering why it's plastic. I didn't pay attention to that. Okay, this is the right ones. Alright, let's go back up again. So the Blender, Python, Math, and OS. So for the arc, for the Gothic arc, arches, so what we do is again we delete everything, then we get the mesh. What else do we do here? So we where did I go? Oh yeah, so we need vertices and faces, so we create an object to handle those, and then what we do is because you have the front and back, so the front we set them up with a radius. We use some math cosine and math sin. And what else do we do here? Oh yeah, for then in the back we have the depth, and we set up the vertices for the back because we want like a see-through type look, so we set those up as well. Again, we use cosine angles. And what else do we do here? And then we have faces. We also create the faces, and then we just append them all together. And then we need a wireframe, so we use the modifier. We create one, we call it wireframe mod. We set the thickness to 0.02, use replace set to true, and then we also have a material specifically for the wireframe. And then after that, we to give it a glowing wireframe, we use the shader node emission. We set the color to 0.8, 0.1, 0.1, and 1. That's a red color. And the inputs, we set the strength to 5.0. Obviously, we need a shader node output, so it's the same thing. And then they link the emission to the output. And then we save the file. So I created a Blender. Somebody asked me before if I should start doing some Python, what do you call it? Python OOP. So here we go. So creating functions here. So I'm going to reuse this type of function where I save files. I want to save two files. I want to save obviously the blend file, and I want to save the gltf as the binary glb. And you can see here, this is how we save the blend file, blend file, and they export the gltf glb format. And that's it, and we just call our function. So there we go there. And since I'm talking too much here, might as well finish up the HTML. It's simple HTML. I'm not gonna talk about the doc type or the HTML tags, but inside the head section, I just had the script, which is a module. So I'm using a CDN. It's a model viewer, and then adjust some styling here. You don't need this, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. And then we go to our body here. See the model viewer, the source, which will be the our GLB file, and then I set auto-rotate, camera controls, AR, that's for we'll come back to that second, and then shadow intensity. So if you have one of those sets, the AR sets, you can use that as well, be able to see it. And that's it. So then you can simply so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the command line now, and I'll show you, I promised I'll show you two things, don't worry about it. So I'll show you that. I haven't forgotten. Let me zoom in here. So let's clean this up here. Alright, so I'll show you what version of Python I have. Is it double? Oh yeah, so yeah, I was right. So I'm running Python 3.13.7. Okay, so all you need to do is I'm actually going to delete the blend, and just to show you not HTML, GLB. And if you see here, you see there's no, I deleted them. So let's clear this. Actually, let me put this, move it always on the top so you can see what I'm doing. So what you do is type blender -b, or you can type it out, you can type out the entire word. So B -b is for the background, space, capital P is for the Python file, and obviously the Python file is low poly -gothic arches.py. So you can see the version of Blender I'm using, it's 4.5.1, it's an LTS version. I'll be so glad next week when I have, if the new system works. I'm a little worried because I think some of the memory is bent. So, well, that's running. I wonder if I can still fool around with the camera here to get it working. Nope. Nice. Oh, there you go. Maybe this will work. Nope. Oh, no, it's not going to work. Okay, so as you can see, it's so weird. Oh, man. So we have the, see, it created the Blender file and also created the GLB file. The reason I like creating the Blender file is if we make a mistake, you can simply go and fix it yourself. So let's actually take a look at the Blender file. Hopefully this doesn't crash. So open with Blender. Yep. Yeah, this system is crazy. So I might not be able to do that. Okay. Third time's a charm? No? Yes? Okay, I'll just quit. But it didn't quit. I think it's actually going to open. Okay, so come on. Alright, so yeah, that's why I need a new system. Okay, there we go. It did crash. Let me actually try one more time. See if it will open. Wait. 1 Blender, 2 Blender, 3 Blender, 4 Blender. Okay, so instead of wasting time, if it will open when it feels like it. Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's going to open. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is, yeah. Yes, the system is not powerful enough, or I don't know if it's a bug in Blender. Well, stuff. Okay, let's quit. So what you can do is, let me get this out of the way. So I'm on the terminal here. What you can also do is you can let me see here. Yeah. Well, another thing you can you can start the Python server, because we do need a server to open this up in the web browser. So what you do is you can use PHP as well, but since we're using Python, might as well stick to Python. So just type Python space -m, then http.server, and then the port number. So 8000. I'll put 8000. So you see it started on port 8000. So that means I can, if I'm connected to the same network as, for example, my phone. Can I put the phone there? Okay, there we go. Can't see it. So you can also go to the IP address of the workstation, and you just then call in 8000. You'll be able to connect to it from a phone or any other device. Okay, so I'm going to open up Chromium. Chromium has actually been stable, it didn't crash. So let's see. So what you do here, you just type HTTP localhost 10,000, and it was low. There we go. The first one, Gothic models. There we go. So it's loaded up, and I'm not using the mouse or anything. It's just running. It's remember we said auto rotate, so it's doing all that by itself. And obviously you can also, if I use the mouse here, or if I had a touch screen, you can see this. So this is what it looks like. So you see there's a, if you actually see it properly, there's a front and then there's a back, and there we go. So I'm hoping when the new GPU arrives, I guess sometime next month, I'll be able to, won't be having these issues anymore. And I think even just the iGPU on the Ryzen 5 should be enough to run all this without any problems. Hopefully I'll have time to set it up tonight. If not, it'll be very early next week, like maybe on probably not Monday, most likely Tuesday. So there you go. So that's a model viewer in your HTML. You see, you can zoom in and out as well. And if you let go, it will just start rotating by itself. So I'll let it keep on rotating by itself. See, the mouse is here. All right, let's finish this up. So you can see this is all the screenshots. I forgot about the screenshots. Yeah, the screenshots is what Blender will look like. See in the scripting tag, you can simply paste the code here. Then we'll save the blend file and save the GLB file as well. And this is the one in the layout. And this is the one if you obviously this is the screenshot is taken right from this one as well. As you can see, exactly the same. This is the embedded video. As you can see, it's just I think like 30 seconds delay. All right. If this has sparked your interest, check out my books and courses. I have the Learning Python book on Amazon. The link is in the description. I also have the Mastering Blender Python API book. Also on Amazon, search for Jumbo, link in the description. And if you want to learn Python, I do have the Learning Python course on ojamboshop.com. A link is also in the description. I also offer one-on-one online Python tutorials, including Blender scripting. You can contact me at ojambo.com/contact. The link is also in the description. All right, now that's it. Quick reminder that I do a live stream every single day around 2 p.m. Eastern. And also be sure to subscribe, like, and follow for more frequent content. Okay, and also if you're able to join me tonight around 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do another live stream of the fans. If I do have enough time, I would like to start actually tearing down my current system, because I want to use the case and start putting in the motherboard and all of that as well. Okay, with that said, I have to go look after some chickens now and also finish up my shed build outside. So I hope to see you guys tonight, and have a great day. And if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks, it helps a lot. And if you have any requests, also let me know, and I'll accommodate them. All right, with that said, I'm gonna check the live chat. The only person looks like I was chatting with is Asim. So I'm going to say bye to you guys, and I'll see you guys tonight.